Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 creepiest video game worlds. For this list, we'll be looking at games whose settings seriously unnerved us. Which video game world gave you the heebie-jeebies? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, The Forest, Darkwood. Forests are natural settings for creepy stories, but one that is always expanding and brings a plague with it? That's downright terrifying. Darkwood follows the stranger as he scrounges for resources and searches for a way to escape the mysterious woods. But the game's roguelike elements change the layout of the forest, which turns its victims into monsters. The ever-evolving nature of the game is enough to make you actually feel like you're lost in the woods, and you'll need to summon every ounce of determination if you wish to survive the beasts that come hunting for you in the night. Number 9, Mount Massive Asylum, Outlast. Another setting that commonly brings tales of horror with it is the psychiatric hospital, and Outlast's Mount Massive Asylum is one for the ages. The survival horror game sees investigative journalist Miles Upshur break into Mount Massive after hearing the staff is performing experiments on their patients. Corpses of the staff litter the building, and patients wander its halls, offering plenty of jump scares and other unsettling encounters. Every room features something that will make your skin crawl, which is made even worse by the fact that there is no way to defend yourself. With gruesome imagery around every corner and a cult that follows something definitely not of this world, Mount Massive Asylum has its fair share of scares. Number 8, Wonderland, American McGee's Alice.
No, my shell! The Duchess stole it and tried to eat me for lunch. Nobility must be served, I suppose.
While Wonderland is again created by Alice in this reimagining, it's far from the wacky and lovely world presented in the source material. With her family dead from a fire, Alice's damaged mental state is reflected in the magical land, which means everything you once thought was charming or whimsical is turned into a twisted, nightmarish version of itself, including the characters.
Help us, please. The Red Queen's forces are strong and show no mercy. Our own queen is in terrible danger.
Areas once thought to be bursting with color are now drab and lifeless, and the less said about the Queen of Hearts' hellish palace, the better. The game's version of Wonderland is a terrifically vile adaptation, which is both commendable and upsetting. Number 7, Bloodborne, Dark Souls. From Software's Dark Souls was not the studio's first ultra-difficult game, though it did popularize the formula, and a big part of what made the first entry so grueling and stressful was its setting. Bloodborne is overflowing with deadly creatures that want nothing more than to viciously decimate you. But it's also shrouded in mystery as the player, a human with an undead curse, must piece together the history of this dark place themselves. Even if you have no interest in lore, Bloodborne has plenty to make you panic. Claustrophobic castles hide monstrous baddies around every turn, and offshoots like the toxic Blight Town and the pitch-black Tomb of the Giants will make you wish you never left the undead asylum. Number 6, The Maw, Little Nightmares. In this puzzle platformer, players control a young girl as she attempts to escape a mostly submerged vessel called the Maw. Part of what makes this metal structure so insanely creepy is the fact that signs of electricity are few and far between. The player's only source of light for most of the game is a lighter, and tiptoeing around the dark and dank maw will make every noise and movement much more sinister. But it's the oversized, misshapen inhabitants that attempt to capture you that really gets under your skin. Art direction can go a long way to defining a world, and the maw is certainly well defined. Number 5. Rapture, BioShock series.
City where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small.
The reveal of Rapture was honestly awe-inspiring, but as soon as we got into the city, we wanted nothing more than to leave. Designed as an underwater utopia, Rapture has descended into madness long before you arrive. Civil war, rampant crime, and psychotic citizens addicted to gene-altering Adam have turned the once prosperous city into a nightmare. The previously mentioned citizens don disturbing animal masks and mumble to themselves before they lash out. Imposing big daddies and their genuinely disturbing little sisters will make you nope out of any room. Every area you come across is more upsetting than the last, from Dr. Steinman's blood-soaked surgical suite to Fort Frolic with its human art projects. And somehow, the game's 50s era makes everything creepier.
Pay back, huh?
Someone know?
I will!
Number 4. The Town, Pathologic. It may not have a flashy name, but the town in this cult classic survival horror game deserves some recognition. Players control one of 3 healers who arrive in a town struck by an otherworldly disease called the Sand Plague. Helping its citizens is much easier said than done, as you must also balance your resources to make it through the game's 12 days. There's a certain sense of dread and foreboding that hangs over the town, adding to its creep factor tenfold. The citizens know their town is dying, and as you explore the town through the heavy fog, you'll begin to find your resolve being tested. Number 3. Yharnam, Bloodborne. Lordran is certainly creepy, but Yharnam is on another level. From Software heavily leaned on Gothic and Victorian architecture for inspiration, and it absolutely shows. The city's sprawling design could be breathtaking in any other game, but here, all it does is invoke tales of werewolves and Jack the Ripper. Hit by a mysterious plague, the streets of Yharnam are swarming with horrific creatures and mad mobs of citizens attempting to murder anyone or anything that doesn't belong. And it's up to you to make it through all of it and find the source of the plague.
I should think you still have dreams.
Number 2. Raccoon City, Resident Evil series.
What was that?
I'll go and check it out.
Whether you're exploring the Spencer Mansion in the first game or surviving the streets in the second game, Raccoon City is sure to put you through the ringer. The city is ground zero for zombie outbreaks and has been scaring the pants off gamers for decades now. And it's all because of the Umbrella Corporation that began experimenting with the highly contagious T-virus.
So many.
Worse than just creating regular human zombies, the T-virus infects and mutates all walks of life. Horrific death can literally come from anything. The hordes of the undead ravage the city to the point of destruction while creating one of the most iconic locations in video games.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Silent Hill. Silent Hill series. While Resident Evil has proved itself the more enduring franchise, there's just something special and terrible about Silent Hill. The titular town is a masterclass in showcasing dreadful creature design, with disfigured monsters lumbering out of the shadows to perform unspeakable acts on the player. Although the distance fog of the first game is incredibly dated now, the series built that technological limitation into its world, and it was all the better for it. Every spooky aspect of the series is successful because of its world, and its monsters, which are usually revolting mirrors of humanity's most vile aspects, will forever creep into the minds of players who experienced the franchise's true terror.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.